I know, you'll probably scream and cry that your little world won't let you go.
Treating you good?
Been really good, yeah.
You've been on the road all year, it seems like.
No, I was off at the beginning of the year.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, which was great.
Yeah.
But I'll be on it for pretty much the rest of the year.
Hey guys, it's Ryan from AMS. We're here in Westbury, Long Island for the Experience Hendrix Tour. We had a chance to sit down with Devon Allman and talk about the legacy of rock, from all the things he learned from his dad to what Jimi Hendrix means to him and all the gear he uses to make it happen. We hope you enjoy it. All right, we're here with Devon Allman at the Experience Hendrix Tour in fantastic, where are we? Long Island? Westbury, Long Island.
Yes, sir.
So clear me up on this, because I always wonder how this happens. With this many talented artists on a bill, how do they decide who does what Hendrix tunes?
Well, John McDermott really kind of runs the show when it comes to curating a set list. You know, he knows all the in and outs of the catalog.
Right.
I think he's a really good kind of a casting director, so to speak. He knows who's going to, shine on a particular song. When we go out with Allman Betts Family Revival, I'm in the same boat. So I've been there myself.
Okay.
Trying to see who, this year will do the best Melissa or the best whipping post or whatever. So John does a great job. Everybody really gets a good moment.
Right. So they they know your lane and your strengths, and you just deal with it.
Yeah. It's such an honor to be here in the first place,
Sure.
To play any song of Jimmy's is an honor. So yeah, I think all the eating at the table is good, so you can't, there's not a bad song. So,
well, it's not too dissimilar from with the Allman stuff, that the catalog is just so strong. It almost seems like if they give you a song, even if you weren't thinking of doing it, you're like, shit, I'll do that. It's a good song. Might as well just do it, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there anything you pick up from Jimmy aside from the songs itself when you're out there and you're playing this music? Is there something you tap into vibe wise it's kind of on a different level from the songs themselves? Like, what is it about him that's so enduring?
Oh man, I just the funniest thing is he's one of my favorite singers.
That's a great point.
I love his singing voice. It's really, really unique. It's got a great timbre. It's so cool and effortless. Like it just kind of oozed out of him, like it's really, really cool. And so I don't know. I just try to tap into a spirit, really. I mean, he left a lot of spirit on this planet. A lot. I mean, it's an indelible mark. It's everywhere. It's swimming through the cosmos forever.
Well, that's a really good point too. You think about it. I mean, over 50 years since he left us, and we're still kind of uncovering things that he did, and it just
we're having to talk about him. And there's his face on the buses, and there's people watching this that are huge. It's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you, when you do cover it, instead of becoming like a cover band, when you're out there, how do you inject a little bit of your style and your personality into it? Are they pretty cool about just letting you put your stamp on it, or do you stay pretty faithful to the?
Well, I actually had asked John and Janie if it would be okay that I did the Derek and the Dominoes version of Little Wing, like my uncle did with Clapton. You know, it's on the Layla record for those of you who haven't heard it. And it's a unique take on it, and just kind of, as a homage to my uncle and Jimmy at the same time. It's really been sweet to do that.
That's an iconic reworking.
Yeah, and so we hit that, and it's been a blast. And I think, it's something a little different for the fans, and there's a, common thread there. So as far as manic depression, I've been doing that every night with Marcus King, and we stick pretty close to the script on that, and it's really it's been a fun collaboration.
Yeah, it seems like, I think a lot of people, if they're going to take liberties with a Hendrix song, it tends to usually be the ballads or the slower stuff. That stuff like Manic Depression, it's so iconic. It's like, how do you rewrite that?
Yeah, you don't stray too far from the chord, for sure.
So when we last spoke, you were using mainly a Les Paul and I think a Super. What are you using for this stuff?
So this is a cool tour for me because I get to play a Strat again. Yeah. And I started playing guitar at 13. I started playing lead guitar 20 years later.
Oh, wow.
At 33. I'm a very, very late lead guitar player. I wish I would have started a lot sooner, but I don't know. I just picked up guitar to really write songs, you know? So when I made the transition from rhythm to lead, I switched from a Strat. I played Strat for 20 years, and I went to a Les Paul because it just had that tone, it had that thing, you know. Like they say, a Les Paul plays itself. You know, it really helped build my confidence as a lead guitar player very quickly.
Okay.
But for this, man, it's so cool to be back on a Strat. I play totally different. You know, I play more percussive. I play funky. I don't know. I just kind of stab it more, like where the Les Paul just kind of sings and has that violin-y, you know, whooshy tone. The Strat is just all quack and smack and, you know, beat it up.
You got to fight it a little bit.
Oh, you can just beat the hell out of it. And I really love that about a Strat.
Your dad was a Strat guy too, wasn't he, to some degree?
No, to a large degree, yeah. His last 10 years of his life, he would pick up a Strat and play 3 or 4 cuts, you know, a night. On the solo tours. Yeah,
it's amazing because, I mean, as talented as a singer and then obviously a keyboard guy, I don't think a lot of people really realized how many great songs he wrote on guitar.
And that he was a really great guitar player.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, really great finger style, blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he could just pick up a random electric and burn a lead on it. Like, I never really heard him do that through an amp, but just sitting around, I wouldn't say burn, but he had a real flowery, kind of beautiful, you know, it's just like effortless for the guy. So
how does that happen? I mean, is it like, was he formally trained? Is it just something like it's in the water? Like with you, man. Same thing, right? No, you just picked it up?
He just watched the Blues Cats and just kind of took it and ran, you know? And I'm sure having somebody as good as Devon Allman in your household, it probably had a little effect as well.
Little brother, right? Yeah.
No, older brother.
Yeah.
Dwayne was the older brother.
That's it.
So I don't know, man. You know, I think that we all just try to feel it, you know. That's really the main thing. So I wasn't really super schooled. And my dad wasn't either.
He didn't force it on you.
Taught ourselves, yeah. And it's you know, it's a feel-based kind of thing.
All right, we're going to close you out with a fun little question. Have you ever seen the movie Yesterday?
Who was in it?
No one really famous was in it, but it was essentially the premise of the movie is about this guy wakes up and he knew about the Beatles, and he wakes up the next day, and it's as if they've been erased from history, and no one knows who the Beatles are. Could you imagine if that was the case with Hendrix, how different everything that we listen to now? What do you think music would be like if Hendrix had never existed?
Oh, man. I'm not going to speculate, but it would be a pretty gray world without his colors floating around.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Take care. We want to thank our friend Devon Allman for taking the time to sit down and talk to us today. And of course, we want to thank our friends at Marshall Amplification for making this all possible. To check out all that Marshall gear and everything else we carry, be sure to check us out at AmericanMusical.com.